back to your story of, you working at the hedge fund in Greenwich. So I know what it's like to be the only black girl, these $1 billion meetings. This is the first time I've had braids in my hair in 16 years. I feel like I earned that right now because I couldn't have them.
Yes.
So I felt like, did that like build tough skin in you, knowing that, as a black woman, you got to be like super duper on point at all times? Like, do you feel like that could have contributed to your persistence? Especially, you're competing in a world market. So not just even Atlanta, LA, like people in China, Australia. And I think people don't realize that when they're sending things out or when they're putting things in the universe or communicating with the people. So did that play an effect as far as how you operate and move?
I won't say that it did, because growing up, I mean, my mom, she would always tell us, like, you got to work that much harder, etc. as a black woman. Like, you don't want a man to have to take care of you. So like, I had that in my upbringing because she was a single mother. In essence, although I do know my dad and love my daddy, but she was a single mom raising 3 girls. And I had the best of both worlds because my family is really like multiracial, like especially on my dad's side. So like, I've always had, they're married to like Portuguese women and just like women from, different backgrounds. And I've always loved culture. So for me, my mom used to tell me I was so naive. Like, you're so naive. Like, you always just think everybody's your friend and everybody. And, she would literally tell me that all the time. But for me, I just see people as people. And so working at the hedge fund, I was able to connect with people. For some reason, I think that's a gift too that God placed inside of me, like that I'm able to connect with just different people. And I never was like, man, like I'm like one of the only black girls here. It was just kind of like, I kind of use it as my power, like that I had the swag and that I had the connections and that I was like cool, like with pretty much everybody, like in the hedge fund. Even the owner of the company, when he hired me, he had interviewed me. He was the last interview. He goes, I was just going to hire you based off your resume, but I just wanted to meet you. Cool guy, cool Jewish guy, like New Balances, plaid shirt, button down, with his foot on the desk in the interview, just chilling. And I said, this is my type of place. Like, I like it here. It wasn't like that stuffy. Like, I didn't get exposed to that stuffiness. Everybody was like cool. When we had investors come in, that's when everybody was on their, we was on our game. But other than that, it felt like family, to be honest. It felt like, because I was exposed to that, and I went to a multicultural high school where there were the Jamaicans, the Portuguese, the Brazilians, like, everybody had their crew, but everybody still all came together. So I didn't get that American, I would say, like, upbringing where it's kind of like the black over here, and it wasn't like that for me. I always like mingled with everyone, and my mom would be like, you got friends from like all over. My birthday parties would be like, you would thought, I don't even know, the world, what they call it, the UN or whatever, where everybody comes
United Nations. Yeah, I forgot the GP. I forgot the thing they get together.
Yeah, I can't even think of the name, but that's what I thought was at my birthday party. Like, friends that they would teach me like Indian languages and Portuguese and French. Like, I just love culture, and I think that allowed me to like be in these different spaces and not feel less than.